Ready for Carolina Seger's SBC player review. I don't think I've ever used one of the card keepers. This is a move for me. Looks like a pretty good card too. And there's only 4 squads. I think 80, 290s, and a 91 or something like that. Let's check it out. 5'9", 4-star, 5-star, controlled. CDM, sentimental, cam, right wing, and striker. It has a lot of the playstyles that I like for him to have. Looks like she'd actually be really good as a CDM. I'm not used to playing formations with CDMs though. Looks like she'd also be really good as a center middle. But I am curious to try her out as a striker as well. What kind of chemistry? Let's see. She has really good defense already. Still, I kind of want to give her a shadow. I want that pace. I know I could give her a hunter. But how about maxing out most of the defense? I think everything could be 99s except awareness would be 98 with a shadow. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that sounds good. So I'm going to put her in my team. I'm going to use my Leon past and present team because she did play on there. She played on there, and I think Paris SG also. So let me see. I'll have to go get her over here. She is somewhere. There you go. Yeah, I got the loan the first day it was out, but I never actually got around to trying it yet. So I could try her out as a striker, or I could try her out in the middle of the field. Maybe after halftime I'll switch her to the middle of the field or something. See how that goes. Wait, I didn't do the chemistry style that I was saying. So I wanted to put a shadow. I know I'm playing her as striker, but I don't know if I'd continue to play her there or not. I just wanted to see how her shooting is, if I even get the chance. The passing looks really good, and the defense, even on here. So let's go see. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I'll do this just against the promo team, because I do these for points with my normal team. And then this is the current promo team. It's the Futties one that's out right now. I want to get this Georgia Stanway for my past and present Arsenal team. I already got Chloe Kelly. I packed her. But, so this is the team. Oh, that's an odd formation. I need to lower that difficulty in settings. Yeah, right here. Because I had it on world class before. That way I got more points for squad battles. Because I often run out of time and I don't get to do all my squad battles matches. So I have to play them on harder difficulties. But for the purpose of this review, I'm just going to do it on an easier one. You can't do it below semi-pro because then it changes attributes and stuff like that. So semi-pro and pro, you'll have the actual attributes that's on the card, same for your opponents. But anything above there, like world class and legendary and stuff, that boosts the opponent's stats. And penalizes you. And then if it's lower than that, if you put it on amateur or beginner, it works in the opposite direction. So that's why semi-pro and pro are the only two where what it says on the card is how it actually performs. Yeah, I just got that. I don't know. Let's see. I'll just leave it on my Manchester United one. I use that a lot, the kit, because it has high contrast with other kits. So when I play online and stuff, it's really rare for anyone to have similar colors. I could try her out in Rush too and just hope I get decent teammates. to see how she performs if I'm on the card the whole time. Because, like, in a full team match like this, you're not on the card the whole time. I know some people review players and they use them more, but it's unnatural, and that's not how they'd normally be playing or positioned. Well, the L1 and R1, how I like to do, to receive the ball and spin around them and stuff, and then the L2 to hold them off, all of that worked right there. Every one of those stay fancy, and then turn, and then hold them off, and shoot. So all of those worked. That was just a normal shot, that wasn't finesse. Because finesse is too slow a lot of times, but yeah, so all of those worked. And I noticed I forgot to change the ball back. There's some dark ball for some objectives. That's why that's on there, because I don't like it. I need the yellow one for high contrast. Oh. Huh. What? Oh, I should have changed and assigned her the top of the box position too, in assignments, to see how she'd do there. Oh, messed that up. Yeah, doesn't matter. I have some of my, not too many, but I have some of my real good players in here. Oh, that didn't work out. Oops. Stopped paying attention. Trying outside the box with the base finesse. Oh yeah, should change that, but it's too late for this corner already. Let's see. Yeah, it's too late for that already. They're already in their spots, but maybe if I get lucky and get a future one. Yeah, I don't know why she didn't come closer from the start. Yeah, that L2 is working really well with her. I don't know if she has Enforcer or Press Proven or not, but that L2 really is working well. Yes. Oh, she sure is working well with the striker. I can tell you that much. The reason I got used to doing L2 with my striker sometimes is because of poor internet connection. If you have like unstable internet and it goes up and down a lot, so that way sometimes your Tech Plus and all that doesn't work very effectively because it's too unresponsive, then you might want to get used to using L2, because then you can receive the pass and hold it easier, and then just delay moving around them. So it has helped me quite a bit. Oh, lame. Oh. She only has base finesse though, but I suspect that she'd be better in the middle. But she is good as a striker too. Oh. Yeah, if you've seen my videos, you know I expect lots of mistakes when I'm doing commentary. come on. I don't know. For some reason, they're going just behind the opponent, just to avoid being able to receive a pass over and over. I don't know what's up with that. I would prefer Game Changer over Finesse though, 'cause Finesse is slow. The animations on Finesse is just slow. And because of that, it messes it up sometimes when you could have made a shot, but I know most people prefer Finesse, but I think part of that's because they're used to it from FC25. After halftime, I'm going to switch her to in the middle and see how she works there in a more supportive, defensive and distribution style role. Done. Yeah, I think Joey was low driven. That's why the first one went in a lot easier. Okay, so let me I'll take someone out. She's 90%. She's at 90. She can do normal and cam. Okay, let's see. For cam, she has Tiki, incisive, and pinged, so I don't think she has inventive. No. How about these ones? But yeah, she has inventive. Let's see. Who's gonna be the striker then? Brand has to go in there to be the striker. I will do it this way. That way I can try her out at cam then. So she'll be in the center. Because any of the other center middles, you know, if she can do it well at cam, she should be able to do well at those. I just put her in the exact center as much as possible. Get the most use out of her. Oh, she has press proven plus. I see that on her card now. I don't know if she has bruiser, but she sure bullied him off the ball. Yeah, that makes sense. She has press proven plus. That makes sense why L2 is working so well. Yeah, I don't know. Those passes, I am not doing those passes. Whoever this was, the Brits. Both those last times I was trying to pass the Brits, I did not do those other passes at all. Oops, it's too slow. I just wanted to see how she'll do on that too. I evoed Brand, but she does not work as a striker. She's the only striker I have with decent ratings at all on this team, but she is not a striker at all. She is not effective as a striker. I don't know why. Yeah, that's my center back. You always want your center back to be the one shooting and no one on defense, apparently, because that's how it does corners so often. I purposely avoid assigning them up there just so they can defend, and that's why they don't defend. They make sure they are not where they should be. It's really stupid and annoying. Oh, I already messed it up anyways. I went too far. Good job, Bram. You don't ever want to score. Make sure avoid scoring at all costs. Yep. Well, at least that Cartier or whatever, my other center back, she's up there too where she belongs. You want your worst shooters to be in the front, apparently. I should have my striker at center back then, because that's how it does. No matter what you do, they insist on having center backs up front to shoot. It's like the dumbest thing. And I keep reassigning them over and over to get them out of there, and then daily updates over and over, keep putting them back up front. What, ref? She thought she was playing for Argentina for a minute. Yep, that's legit. That's how to play. So, I can give the final review at the end. Come on. I don't know. Brand used to be good. I had her on cornerstones. And she was really good. Really dependable and effective. Now that she was higher rated ever since I've had this, she's good at doing terrible and failing. I mean, she'll be consistent with how often she fails, but definitely don't expect anything good from her. I don't know what happened, because her gold card was good and her cornerstones was good. But that showdown, ever since she got that, it's been bad. No matter where I play her, it's bad results. Now that's not even bruising. I just ran straight into him and she takes the ball. So that's pretty good. Good job, Ram. Right into the audience. I don't know. Somehow I can't play with Brand anymore. What, Raph? I bribed you before the match. You're supposed to look the other way, Raph. Come on. See, Brand used to consistently win headers and defensive stuff and all that, but now the only thing she's consistent at is failing. I don't know why. I'll give my final thoughts in a minute after I get to select the card again. Wowie. Kerchowie's good, but she's better in the middle of the field than on the side. Yeah, I like to just do it against the promo team. That way you guys can try stuff out against them too for comparison. Because I think these other ones are all randoms. So different people get different ones. I know most reviews are done online in multiplayer matches. To me, that completely invalidates the review immediately, because they can perform a lot better if you have a good connection and your opponent has poor connection, or they can perform a lot worse if you have a poor connection and the opponent has a good connection. And on top of that, I see some reviewers using the precision shooting. Well, what that does is your attributes mean very little. It is, if they have mediocre attributes and you aim correctly with precision shooting, all right, they're shooting great. If they have excellent attributes, even all 99s, and you're terrible with precision shooting, then it'll make the card look bad. So precision shooting invalidates the shooting part of reviews. Online multiplayer, where the ping is a factor for you and your opponent, that invalidates all the rest of it too. So that's why I quit doing any multiplayer stuff a long time ago, especially like 11v11 matches. Now, I used to do reviews in rush mode. I quit doing that too. And the reason why is a lot of times you get stupid teammates, they have no idea what they're doing, or they're not even touching the controller, and their player just stands there, or they're out of bounds or whatever, and they just stand there the whole match. So because of that, it gets frustrating that so many times, you just keep re-recording it over and over for a review. So I don't really do that anymore either. That's why I started doing it against the promo team, in squad battles. But like I said, it has to be professional or semi-pro. You can't do it higher or lower than those because you want their attributes to actually match what's on the card. If you do lower, like beginner or amateur, it's going to boost your attributes and penalize the opponent. If you do higher, like I normally was playing them on world class, when I try to get my squad battles points and all that stuff, then it penalizes your attributes, which that also would invalidate the reviews. And I know I haven't been doing many reviews on my channel because there haven't been players that I'm interested in getting or trying out for quite some time. Yeah, so that's why. But I thought I'd review this one just in case if people are interested. So, you see me play the match. She has 1 match played, 2 goals, an assist, a yellow card because I was too aggressive with her. She is fast enough. Not the fastest, that's for sure. Like, if you use Atenea, this is not that kind of pace. It is not that fast. But she is pretty fast. Plenty good to use her. The press proven, that works really well. Wasn't sure at first whether she had it or not, but as you could see when the match started, I was able to do that. I passed it up to her, used the L1 and R1 to maneuver around them, and then they were still like right up on top of her, right behind her, even when I was trying to shoot and everything. But the L2, that was enough to hold them off, so that way I was able to get in a good enough position to shoot and still make the goal. So the L1, R1, and L2, all that stuff works really well with her. I don't know what her strength says. Yeah, it's 92. That makes sense. And, she does have bruiser. Okay, so that makes sense because I was able to push people off the ball pretty easy. 1 or 2 of the times, I didn't even press A for the bruiser to use that at all. I just straight up walked right into the opponent, just running right into him, and she still took the ball from him. Now, I anticipate that might be contributing to that also because, it improves standing tackles. The intercept plus is cool. I'm glad she has that. But then the incisive, so that way those through balls are more accurate. Because in my experience, through balls are the least accurate of all the ground passes there are. Even when you have the base version, and a lot of people, even with the plus, it still is inaccurate. But hers were actually accurate. Tiki Taka, that's really good. So that way, as soon as you pass it, before she even receives the ball, you can already press A to start passing it towards your teammate, and pinged helps make it fast. Pretty much everything on here is stuff I would choose for custom if I was custom building it. The only difference is I would like to have ping plus to make it go even faster. Like if I can only have one playstyle plus on a passing one, pinged is the one I normally go for. Just to speed it up more. But she still has the base on that, which is really good. She has finesse base, so that'll help because if you don't say you didn't have any shooting playstyles at all, you can still do regular B button shooting and low driven shots and you'll be okay. It might not be the best, but it won't be terrible. If you don't have the finesse playstyle and you try finesse shots, it's usually terrible. It's usually extremely slow and weak if you don't have that. So at least she has that, so she can do them. She has relentless. That's cool. I never had to take her out the whole game. She still felt like she had plenty of energy and pace the whole game. No problems there. And the quick step, that's really good to have too. And then here's her stats again. The shadow was a good idea for defense. She seemed to be really effective. Like I said, just walk straight into the opponent and she takes the ball from him. And then when I was being overly aggressive, I got a yellow card out of that. But to me, I'd recommend it, especially at this point in the game. She's only 4 squads, and one of those squads was an 80 or something. Because of that, you should try her out at least with the loan. It's only an 80 rated squad. And then try her in a team that you're used to using. Because like this, I wasn't really used to using that team, so, it lessens the effectiveness some. I haven't been using wingers for a long time. I use things that have right and left middle, so I didn't try her out in that position. But I did try her out for striker and cam. She is effective in both of those. And as good as she was on defense, I'm pretty sure she would be really good for a CDM if you like that. Also, if you try out formations that have two CDMs, like if you struggle on defense, what I've noticed, or at least from what I've observed in other people's matches, because like last year the what was the 4-2-1-3 was popular with a lot of people, and still their defense failed a lot of times. What I have observed is if you have two CDMs, for some reason the center backs, they push out to the sides more and leave huge gaps. I don't know why. It seems like it makes the defense even weaker having two of them. But if you have one CDM in the center, like if you're going to do a 4-1-4-1 or some other formation where you only have one CDM centrally located, and then do either the holding ball winning or the deep lying playmaker, either of those seemed pretty effective when I tried them out. I just tend not to use it too much. Last year I used the 4-1-4-1 for a while. I tried a few matches with the types that people like the 4-2-1-3 and 4-2-3-1 or whatever, and I didn't like it at all. To me, the center backs, they just kept pushing out to the sides and leaving huge gaps. So I don't recommend playing with two CDMs. I really should at some point get around to doing a tactics video for people on here. I just haven't ever got to it though, but I should. I normally use 4-4-1-1, and not because it's popular. I used that last year too. And then 4-4-2 I use sometimes, and on a rare occasion I'd use the 4-1-4-1. Those are the three I normally use. But the ones where there's a clump in the middle that would have like multiple CDMs and cams and all that stuff, I tend to stay away from. Mainly because I have favorite players that play left and right middle, like Atenea and Ona. So because of that, I don't like to use formations where they can't be included. That's the only reason why. But it seems like an all-around good player, whether you need her at striker or in the middle. For me, on this particular team at least, I'd be playing her at striker because, like I said, I don't know what happened with Brand. Her gold card and her cornerstones used to be really good and effective for me. And she has good play styles that I like, so I don't know what happened. But I always have a hard time lately using her, so I don't know. I used her other ones. Well, you can't see the stats. It won't really tell you anything because I used her a lot in Rush, so there's lots of matches played with where it don't count goals or assists. But she's even good at headers and everything. That's why I gave her Evos to get her the striker position on here. Because I thought, yeah, cool, she's tall, and I used to be able to do headers with her older card, but I don't know, somehow it don't work for me anymore. So I'm going to end it here. Totally recommend this one for SBC, especially since there aren't that many out anymore. That's very interesting. She was really effective as a striker, too. If I had another good striker, that would have improved how well she did in the middle, once she gives it to him. But she was really good in the middle, too, on defense and being in the positions where she belongs. I don't know why my center backs are insistent on being up there for corners when I keep going into assignments and putting it so they should not be in there. But when they do the daily updates, it randomly messes that up. But yeah, I'd totally do it at the very minimum. Do the 80 rated squad and try her out yourself. If you don't know, you can use the loans in friendly matches and it doesn't take away any of your loan uses. So you can do that and play against other people that's in your friends list. If you want to try out the loan for more matches. Once it reaches 0, you can't use them in there anymore. But if you always leave at least one more match left off a loan, then you can use them indefinitely in the friendly matches. Just no competitive online stuff and no squad battles or rush or none of that. So you might want to do that. Try her out yourself. Try out at striker and in the middle of your field too. If you don't play with the cam, you can try her out as regular center middles. If you use one of those pyramid-shaped formations, then you can use her as one of the cams. But if you put her in the center, I'd put her somewhere centralized. That way you get more use out of her, especially since she has relentless and good stamina, 98 stamina. I didn't have any problems with her slowing down the whole match. So hopefully that was useful for you. If you want to see more matches, I do have a Girls to Glory series on my YouTube channel. I still have more matches I have to upload of that have already been recorded quite a while ago, so you can look forward to more of those. In the future, there will be other games I'll be playing on my channel too. That Halloween game when that's out, and I forget which other ones. I might actually get Call of Duty again this time around to try Modern Warfare 4, so I might have some of those on there. But, you know, that's still a couple months away. Halloween sooner. And of course, I'll have FC27. When I do that one, I may do tactics videos, because I know those can be helpful to people. I used to do it where I'd switch formations back and forth, but then over time I realized it's more effective. Keep whatever formation you like and just have multiple tactical setups where they change their behavior during the match. So I may do one of those in the near future for this game, but if not, definitely early on for FC27. Alright, catch you later.